Hello, one and all, I'm GrimpaulCheese, and welcome back to Dark Souls. So when we last left off, we found this bonfire. Gone. And the lady and the shiny man just simply disappeared. Perhaps they went together in a sunset, but it's highly unlikely because she's just dead. But we did get our robes, which I did identify before. Let's have a good old look at it, shall we? Maybe it can tell us something about her death. So let's look at our dingy clothes. Now, the clothes themselves, the only thing that's good about them is the robe itself. The skirt itself is very magical. If you look at that, very good magic resistance for its weight. But the robe itself, let's have a look at it. Worn by the Firekeeper and Firelink Shrine. It is thought to have once been a white robe of a maiden, but smoke and ashes from the bonfire darkened it over the years. Same thing is said about all of these things, aside from this one, which actually adds to it. It is thought to have once been the skirt of a maiden, and its true origins lost in the patches of blood. Perhaps even the former wearer was maimed to prevent escape. It is a possibility. It's a possibility her legs were broken, and we couldn't do anything about it. If only she could tell us. If only she knew sign language. But sadly, I think her tongue was cut out, she was brutally maimed, and couldn't tell us a thing. But, if you notice, they're better than our sorcerer's skirt, and seem much better than anything else we have. So we'll wear the skirt. I mean, there's nothing wrong with wearing the skirt, it actually kind of fits us, to be honest. Actually does, that's actually rather strange and rather amusing. I actually find that vaguely amusing, actually. But either way, there's nothing wrong with wearing a skirt. So what does this man think about what's happened? Do you know anything about this woman? Where did she go? Did she truly get killed, as I truly think what happened?
Did you ring the second bell? That is incredible, I must say. But now, we have a new problem. It's noisy, it snores, and its breath is lethal. This is no laughing matter, I tell you.
Well, yes, I did ring the second bell, but apparently something, came about. You know, it just could have been like some other guy came by. But do you have anything else to tell me, my good old sir?
Damn, that stench. And I was really beginning to like it here. Maybe it's time I do something about it.
Do something about it? Are you planning on murdering anything? Count me in, I'll help you. What do you want to murder? I can help you murder anything. After all, I'm Mr. Fibbles. Well, I don't know what I'm good at, but I have a shiny stick. I repaired it recently. Do you want to see it? I don't think you've seen it. I don't think I've introduced you to good old Harold. Let's have a look. Here it is. Look at it. It's ever so wonderful. Would you like a look at it? Hey, maybe we could trade armor for it.
Maybe it's time I do something about it.
No, he doesn't want my help, anything to do with it. He just merely sighs at the mere intent of me helping. So, let's explore the place and see what's happened recently. There seems to be a man right there. Hey, are you the source of the smell? I mean, you do look like a gypsy or some sort of, well, naturist of some kind. Even though naturists are naked, but, you know, I mean, a bit like, a pagan of some sort. So, I rescued you. Do you have any shiny reward to give me?
Well, I see you made it out. Yeah, I made it out safely too. I have my pyromancy of the Great Swamp, so I can usually manage with a bit of care. Oh yeah, by the way, I can share my spells with you. I think you have a knack for it. All you need are the materials. I'll be pleased to help you. Unless you find the magic's unsavory.
No, I don't find burning things unsavory in the slightest. In fact, I promote everything to be burned every once in a while, and I'm sure that you agree.
Oh really?
Oh god, I didn't mean to press that. No! Oh
but
god.
It's your choice.
Oh.
I'm on the fringe. Yeah, I know. Undead or not, that's who I am. I only wish that I could have repaid you somehow.
Oh no, I didn't mean to deny it. No, I didn't mean it.
Oh, hello there. I'm pleased to see you safe. Oh, and if by chance you've had a change of hearts, I'll be pleased to assist you by sharing my spells.
Yes. I mean, like, I'll happily share spells with you. Yes, please be the answer. If it's no, then I'll be upset.
Yeah, wonderful.
There it is.
I'm sure that they'll be of some use, some assistance. Here, first take this.
So now I've got a pyromancy flame. This is basically the catalyst, like a talisman of some kind, that allows me to burn anything I want. It's amazing. Everyone should have some sort of fire to be able to spawn in their hand. It's an absolutely beautiful thing.
A flame from the Great Swamp. Now you're a fully fledged pyromancer. Well, let's get started right now.
Right, so you can buy pyromancies from this guy. Now, unlike sorceries or miracles, you do not need any type of stat requirement to use any of these. The only thing you need is attunement. And you just need like a number of slots. Now he shows you the very basic stuff. He shows you Fireball, Flash Sweat. Fireball is a basic spell. It's just throw a fireball. Massive explosion. Yes, kind of simple. Flash Sweat reduces all flame damage by a massive amount. But it kind of makes you very stinky. Could you imagine just constantly sweating? God, that'd be awful if you're wearing like massive amount of armor, you know? But talking about armor, you have Iron Flesh. Basically, Iron Flesh makes you incredibly heavy and incredibly encumbered. I don't think there's any way to get past the encumbrance itself, but the thing is you gain a massive amount of resistance and defense. So you're basically a walking tank as soon as you equip this, which can be amazing. You also got Combustion, which is basically, I'm going to throw fire in your face. Not a fireball, just like a stream of fire, like a flamethrower, coming out of your hands. If you don't like that, then what's wrong with you? Who doesn't love burning things with their hands? It's amazing. And then, I think... But there we go. Then we got Fire Orb. Now, Fire Orb improves upon Fireball. It's a massive explosion, even bigger than the one before. I think Fireball is more like a Fire Bolt, to be honest. You simply throw a simple Fireball, and it's a tiny explosion and you can hurt one person. But a Fire Orb is a massive ball of fire they can throw, and it makes a giant AoE-type explosion there. Everything dies happily. There's that too. So, we can also upgrade our weapon, our Pyromancy Flame. Now, it only requires souls, and in fact, that'll be something I'll be doing later on. Now, the Pyromancy Flame itself, even though the spells don't require any... Well, it doesn't require any type of, like, stats requirement. The Pyromancy itself scales off intelligence. And if you can upgrade it up to 10 times, but it requires a lot of souls. And he himself cannot upgrade it fully. So, it is a very amazing thing to really do, but right now, we're not super interested in doing it. Let's talk to you some more. Just tell me about yourself, you person from Great Swamp.
Pyromancy is the art of casting fire. Produce flame, then channel it, just as our ancestors did. A pyromancer must be in tune with nature herself. My home, the Great Swamp, is an abundant store of nature. You will understand one day. It only takes time.
I'll probably understand it one day. One day I'll be fully in tune with nature and I can just frolic in the leaves or the dead trees that drill around here anyway. I don't know why you're living here. Why are you living here? There's not really much of a nice place to live in. Why don't you go live in the swamp? Probably feel like home, really. Perhaps you got away from home for a reason, though. Maybe.
Pyromancy has a, well, rather primitive aspect to it. It meshes poorly with advanced culture, and pyromancers are considered rather unsavoury, which is fine, as I never got along with anybody anyway. So, for me, turning undead didn't change a thing.
Well, yeah, no one really likes you burning everything alive. I mean, there are some people out there that love you burning things like me. Me and you can become the best friends in the world. If you just teach me all your burning magic for free, we can become the bestest of friends. But sadly, there are those that don't like their things burned. They don't like it randomly combusted or immolated in the glorious flaming embers. That's a sad thing, anyway. But for now, I'm probably going to leave you be.
Goodbye, then. Be safe, friend. Don't you dare go alone.
You're just for you? I won't. We'll remain the bestest of friends. Me and you conquering the world in a fiery storm of wonder. But you're probably the reason why everything smells around here. You know, he probably doesn't like him that much, mainly because he's a pyromancer, and that guy doesn't like pyromancers, most likely. Well, you know why. But to be honest, that is not the reason why that man is unliked. Well, by that guy anyway. And that's not where the smell's coming from. It's coming from this giant lizard thing. This thing itself is rather disturbing. Now, you remember before, when we walked across here, there was a giant puddle of water. Now, all that water's gone, and it happens to be a giant snake thing. With a giant flappy thing in his face. I don't know what the flappy things really have, and he has a really long neck. Seems to be going down to oblivion itself. So, hi, are you friendly? Well, you're clearly friendly. You had a talk option. Tell me about yourself. What the hell are you?
Hello. Was it you who rang the bell of awakening? I am the primordial serpent, King Seeker Framt, close friend of the great Lord Gwyn, chosen undead, who has rung the bell of awakening. I wish to elucidate your fate. Do you seek such enlightenment?
Sure, tell me about my future. Tell me about, what wonders you can tell me about my future. I mean, you can tell me probably a lot of things, like, when am I going to die next? It's probably going to tell me in like a few seconds' time. I mean, my death, not him telling me. But yeah, so tell me.
Very well. Then I am pleased to share. Chosen Undead, your fate is to succeed the great Lord Gwyn, so that you may link the fire, cast away the dark, and undo the curse of the undead. To this end, you must visit Anor Londo and acquire the Lord Vessel.
Now, for some reason, I think he just says that to anyone who's willing to listen to him. He's like one of those really bad salesmen or homeless people willing to tell them anything they want just so they can continue talking. I'm sure he said it's that, the druid guy back there. He most likely did. But anyway, what can you tell me about this Gwyn person? I mean, I heard the tales from long ago, fighting the dragons and all. I mean, he sounds like an awesome guy. He's probably dead, long dead, probably hollow, burning alive as we talk. But tell me about him.
I am pleased to see you well. Is it something urgent?
Ah, right. So you can feed him items and Titanites art, and I believe he gives you something in return. I don't know what it is. I've never tried doing it because I like my Titanite shards. I awfully do, and green ones are rather rare. But anyway, tell me about yourself, King Seeker Fram, you primordial serpent, you. I mean, you're such a lovely person, you lipless freak. So tell me about yourself.
Those who seek the realm of lords must brave Sen's fortress, a deadly house of traps. Many have gone before you, but none have returned. Fate has chosen you, but proceed with caution.
I'm more than convinced you to say it to anyone that has a shiny helmet that comes by. I'm sure there's tons of people you say it to, right? No one has ever come by, but only you can. And they die. They die, and they probably remain like a corpse there for the rest of eternity. But you, yourself, you just want to open it. You have some type of malign purpose, don't you? You want to go to Anor Londo. Anor Londo is not New Londo. It's perhaps like a replica. What New Londo tried to be. The place where Lord Gwyn, resided when he actually, was among us. So what else can you tell me aside from, I'm chosen by fate, you should do this and give me some type of shiny thing in return, and I'll eat you?
Those who seek
you told me the same thing before, okay.
Fate.
Yeah, so that's basically him.
Farewell, chosen undead.
Yeah, okay, very well. So you have him, he's kind of an interesting person. Now, there's also another person like him. Now, if you kill him, nothing will happen. He'll simply just return, I believe. I don't think you can really kill him anyway. Can I lock onto him? No, I don't think he reacts well. Can target a bird. The bird of death, the ever-watching thing. The bird is probably his friend. It's probably his pet. I've had enough of that bird. I know for a fact that somewhere around here happens to be something I need. Ah, your friends are here. You talked about them earlier. They're actually the shiner than you. Wow, compared to them, you're very drab, aren't you? I'm going to talk to them. Hello, I'm Mr. Fibbles. Who are you? Hi, Mr. Fibbles? Okay, hi, what's your name?
What have we here? You look awfully raggedy. Times are grim. The least you can do is look sharp. Don't you dare meet my lady like that. You might scare her off for good.
I'm not drab. I'm Mr. Fibbles. And bless it, I do look a bit raggedy. I do mind you have blood-stained dirt, rusty helmet, a bit of a robe on, but, you shouldn't judge how someone looks. And plus, I'm sure she's not as dainty as you, say that she actually is. I'm sure that she's a wonderful lady. I'm going to go against what you say, you posh git. I'm going to go towards her. I'm sure she's a very understanding woman. Hello, my lady. How are you doing? You seem to be praying to pots. The pots will not offer you any guidance. Perhaps if you worship the giant's, serpent of some kind of malign purpose, he can tell you you're chosen. Perhaps he did tell you you're chosen. Perhaps that's why you think you're special. Maybe. Anyway, tell me about yourself.
You are undead as well. Then we've no time to fraternize. I have my mission and you no doubt have yours. We must not let this curse overcome us.
So that's most likely what happens. No, today's serpent man told you, hey, you're special, go do things. Goddamn serpent man. But I'm sure you have a different purpose. I'm sure you have a different mission entirely compared to what I do. Tell me about your mission.
Did I not explain the urgency of our tasks? Or are you so uncouth as to lack such judgment? By the looks of you, I should think not.
Look, I'm not one praying to pots here. You know, think of your pots? This is what I think of your bloody pots. Pay attention to me. I'm Mr. Fibbles, slayer of the pots you worship.
Did I not explain? Or are you, by the looks of you?
These religious types, they're very uppity, aren't they? They're all about their faith, all these pots, all the until missions to fulfill the purposely of these pots. You know what? I don't care about any of you. I will go hollow. I'm going elsewhere, where people actually like me. When this giant druid man back there, he respects me. Unlike you guys, I mean, you think I'm a beggar. You're kind of special in the head, and you're so uppity about my appearance. Appearances aren't everything. I mean, if they were, I'd be the lord of appearance. Look, I got this nice shiny helmet. I mean, have you seen the antlers I have? They're so fancy. Unlike you don't really wear anything. You're just wearing, well, a bunch of armor. Probably better armor than I have. I should not really anger you. You know, ignore what I had. Your pots are wonderful. I don't mean you any harm. No, I'm just gonna go now. So, what we need to do, we can go through Sense Fortress, but Sense Fortress is kind of something we don't want to go to yet. Because Sense Fortress, as it says, is a house of traps. A place that we definitely don't want to go, well, just yet anyway. So you can see down there happens to be a place of wondrous wonder. But the one thing we want to do is get on top of that roof. Now, the only way I know of getting on top of that roof is by getting onto that tower over there. Now, if we miss, all we have to do is go to those chests and just do the whole thing over and over again. So the way you do it is you do a run and jump. Now, the only way I know to do a run and jump peacefully is by taking off my clothes. And you should do the same. If you want to do parkour, do it naked. I mean, what's the worst that could happen in case you catch, you know, any part of your body part in any type of rock and all the scrapes and scraps you'll probably get. But either way, you know, stuff like that shouldn't matter to you if you're doing parkour. It's about the excitement, the thrill of jumping somewhere and managing to jump it. Yes, of course. So that's what I'm going to do right here, the thrill. So I'm going to land it. I just need to make sure I don't accidentally fall off. So what I can do is go all the way up here. Now, there's two reasons one should come up here. If you're up here, you can actually go into the thing that dwells high above us all. This nest. Now, what you can do is cut like a ball. I pretend to be an egg. Why would I pretend you're an egg? I don't know. Who on earth would pretend to be an egg in a bird's nest? Really, the only thing that could accomplish that is they think you're an egg, they try to feed you a worm, they force feed you it, and in the end you just got a giant worm stuck in your stomach that produces more eggs than you can ever believe. We don't have an egg yet. Not in that time. I mean, what would happen to our hair? We'll have worms for hairs, most likely. They'll be like Medusa, but worms. But we want to go to this person. Now, no! Oh! Now, can I actually get back up there? Can I actually... There we go! I thought I was doomed just then. But like you just have to do a run and jump naked and everything is problems. Well, all the problems are solved anyway. Now, everything is a problem. If everything is a problem, then I won't be able to get this. And this item I want to get happens to be a key. Undead Asylum Floor 2 West Key. Now, I've been wondering, how the hell do we even get to the asylum? Well, I'll tell you how to get asylum at a later date. Because asylum key is this one, isn't it, Jess? So, key to the iron bars on the west side of the second floor of the North Undead Asylum. The Undead Asylum is a great undead prison segmented by countless iron bars. Even if a hero found a key to Lord wanted to liberate this prison, how would he have the means or the heart to ever go back? Or ever come back, anyway. Well, the way you do it is for our bird friend. Our bird friend can take us there. But right now, we don't want our bird friend to take us there because it's a rather unsavory place to go right about now. And also, our friend is gone. Where's he gone? Oh, no, he just clipped back in. He just wasn't rendered in properly. Also, he kind of just keeps going down forever. I want to see his body. That's one thing I always wondered about King Sinker Framp, is he's got a massive neck, right? A tiny head. What is his body like? Is he like a giant giraffe that's got like a tiny body? But giraffes actually have like giant bodies. And if I wanted to, I could shoot the bird, but I don't want to hurt the bird. I mean, it looks kind of adorable, really, doesn't it? I mean, just look at it. It's ever so beautiful. Look at those feathers. If only I could have one of those feathers and use it as a weapon. It's like a feather duster. Dust people for free. But, as I said before, what we want to do is actually put back our clothes on. We don't want to see that lady naked. Well, we don't want that lady to see us naked, I mean, seeing her right around, you know, that probably would be a horrible thing indeed. You know, let's wear the dingy robe. The robes seem to be a nice thing to wear. Let's wear some actually good gloves. Let's wear these gloves, a wondrous machete. It's called machete? I don't know. I don't know how to pronounce that word. I'm just going to pretend that's how it's pronounced. It could be absolutely mistaken. No, I don't want to do it in this hand. That's the wrong hand. You can dual wield things, but it's a bit iffy to dual wield things in this game. Mainly because the game is not really designed for dual wielding. The sequel is, not this game. So we got the halberd ready. I mean, just look at us. We look so... Well, these clothes actually kind of suit us, really. Actually, I actually finally have a robe. How's a dingy hood look on us now? Oh, there it is one. The colouring's a bit off, mind you, but it'll do. What about this thief's hood? Where is it? No, I don't want a dingy hood. I don't want a woman's hood. I want the thieves' hood. There we go. The thieves' hood. Actually, kind of suits it, really. If I want to, I could be extremely mysterious, but I don't want to be mysterious today. I want to be known for my glorious, ever so rusty helmet. The noble helmet of a noble heritage. Well, I like to think it's my noble heritage. So, we don't want to go into Sen's Fortress. Sen's Fortress is the place where the man in that massive bulk of armor that was contemplating how to open the door. We don't want to go to that place. In fact, we want to go to where that demon was. Do you remember that black demon with the massive horns underneath this church that had, like, the lightning bolt that came out of him? We want to fight him. Now, we are absolutely suicidal to do that, but we want to do so nevertheless. But we have to go through the entire place to do so, sadly. We also can pick up some of those boxes that I actually desperately need. The ones I can actually repair weapons, the one that can improve armor and weapons, and all of that jazz. Let's just dodge these people. These people, I don't need to bother anymore. But he's following me. He needs them following me. Go on, you. Stop it. There we go. There we go. No one's now following us. We've got a boat following us, mind you. But hopefully they won't come along and be like, surprise! We're not just talking to the guy. The guy's probably too interested in smacking his things anyway for anything around him to really interest him. Unless he's got, like, some type of, well, fourth eye. I mean, he obviously has an eye in his hammer, after all. I mean, isn't that a blacksmith saying? I think it is. I can't be sure nowadays. But here he is, a good old man with a living hedgehog in his hair. Hello, my good old sir, son of a store. I never remember your name.
Why, that's a fine ember you have there. I could smith some mighty weapons with one of those. Why not lend it to me?
Give him the large ember? Well, yes, because you're the only person in the game that will actually accept it.
Magnificent. You won't be disappointed. I can hardly wait to get started.
So, now he can ascend weapons, if we actually had one to actually ascend. Now, there's one thing I want to buy from him. It is not a Crest of Artorias. It is the weapon, all these smith boxes. We have just about enough money to buy them all, luckily. Let's buy one of each. Sadly, he only has one of each, so if anyone came by to buy it, we would have been sorely screwed. But luckily, we're the only, well, sane person in this world. Now, I'm debating on actually buying some bolts. You know what? I won't. I won't buy any bolts.
Don't get yourself killed. Neither of us want to see you go hollow.
That is absolutely true. Now, he can hold certain embers, and the other blacksmith we found in the Undead Ruins, well, obviously everything's an Undead Ruin in this place, but you know what I mean, the New Orlando type place. He can accept magical ones, while this one just accepts basic ones, which is nice. So what we want to do is actually find what the... Actually, we need to go back to the bonfire quick. The bonfire... Well, the reason why I want to go back to the bonfire is to see what shield has the best lightning resistance out of them all. So access the bomber's box. Let's go to a shield and go all the way down. So what has the best lightning resistance out of these all? It happens to be the wooden shield? Really? How weird. Oh, the thought it was cast create a fire. But if I wanted one that has full physical reduction, it would be the hollow shield. So that's exactly what I would be taking. Oh, I need to keep forgetting. I need to do that, and then back off. And then I do actually equip it. And then go here, and now we're equipping the nice, lovely, rusty shield. It's not poison resistant, mind you, but we don't have to worry about poison anymore. After all, we're not in a dastardly evil swamp that is actually designed to kill everyone that goes in within it. But we're here to fight this giant demon thing. The reason why I wanted lightning is just in case it decides to actually, well, want to kill me a bit more. So hello, how are you doing? Now, this demon, as you can see, is very resistant to a lot of things. We need to be careful. There's one ability that this demon actually has. Well, as you can tell, it probably is a demon since he has no head, no limb, and is actually kind of firing lightning at me. It could be a holy creature of some sort of radiance, but for some reason, I don't think so. But I do need to be careful, because if he does a jump attack and impale me, he can basically have his way with me, and that's something I do not want. It's not that one, it's a Pacific one in general. Let's just keep shivving his, like, ever so masculine stone... Well, I would say he's masculine. So he doesn't have giant gaping breasts. He could do. Could just be a female in disguise, but I will never know that, truly. But they seem to be made of some type of metal or some type of, like, jet-like rock. We got a bit of his health gone, a few hundred, mind you. I can imagine him actually really doing a lot of damage. If I actually let him actually hit me. Thank God he doesn't know how to use his tail efficiently. Perhaps if he had a leg, he would. Ow, okay, it does do a lot of damage. You know, let's back off ever so slightly. I don't want to be hit by him anymore. There we go. Let's go back up the stairs and heal ourselves before we actually get lightning bolted up the arse. Hello, don't mind me, I'm just having a good old drink. I'm just fighting the demon you had below. Hopefully you're not friends with it and it's not aiding in any aid with your weapons of some kind. You know, the reason why this guy's probably here is probably because he's, like, people coming down here, grabbing weapons off him and fighting the demon dying. And he's just claiming the weapons back. It's kind of an ingenious plan, really. Pretending that he's busy, but he's actually watching me with binoculars down there, waiting for me to die, and he quickly rushes back up once I go back up the stairs. It's ingenious, really. Everyone's so intelligent here. I would have done that myself. Well, I wouldn't have, anyway. Now, I need not to get hit. There we go. He's awful at hitting me. So what are you going to do, my ever-so-headless friend, who seemed to have, like, a giant encryption on your face? He could be an enchanted golem, mind you. But for some reason, I don't think he is an enchanted golem or some sort of wondrous... Well, what would a enchanted golem be even used for down here? Well, obviously, his purpose is death, regarding it's got a giant... Well, what do you call that? I don't know what weapon that would be. A giant polearm? A trident of some kind? I'd have no idea. But that way, we don't want to get hit by it. He can break our shield all he wants. As long as it doesn't officially shatter into a million pieces, we're perfectly fine with it. I'm just happy he doesn't know how to whip me with his tail. God, if he could whip me with his tail, that would definitely be the end of the world as we know it. Okay, he did know how to do it. Okay, that hurt. That actually did really hurt. But luckily, I could probably kill the blighter if I wanted to. Come here. Oh, you're going to jump in here, and oh, thank God you did not break my block, because that would have been an awful time. Oh, that was a long swing, wasn't it? You know, you're very nice, aren't you? You know, why can't we be friends? Probably because he can't see me. He's probably motion sensitive, really. Probably could feel it through his stub of his. Oh, I should really back off. I said it and I hit him. Let's walk all right down here. You won't follow me, will you? No, you won't. Let's go into this forest-like area. Have a bit of a drink. There we go. And go back in. And let's not get hit by lightning. There we go. I wonder why he's able to conduct electricity. Perhaps he's made of some kind of, well, highly, well, conductive energy. And the enchanted embers that it doesn't have in him, because obviously some type of golem, is producing electricity to shoot out of his eyes, or what would be his eyes. So instead he's just, ow, okay, that tail really does hurt, doesn't it? Wait for him to have his little spasm. There we go. Oh, that was close. Luckily he's stuck on this little stump of this, well, pillar. And I can just keep waylaying at him. No, oh, that was close. I got really cocky just then. But either way, he managed to kill that little demon thing, and he managed to drop Demon Titanite. So you know that little inscription he had on his head? We basically took that off him. We carved it off with our nice, lovely, shiny sword, and luckily it's made of Titanite. Well, it's engraved in Titanite, or... Well, Titanite's been, well, rubbed against it, so it isn't so, well, weak to being blunted and all of that. So I managed to carve it off. I got some Demon's Titanite. Now, Demon's Titanite are very unique. It reinforces special weapons born from special souls. Special Titanite is stolen from faceless, stoneless beasts known as Titanite demons. When the nameless blacksmith deity passed from several slabs, great beasts arose from the Titanite remains within them, and they still roam Lord One today. So the nameless blacksmith deity is dead. And apparently broke into stone or some kind, and now it is just slabs everywhere, and they've gave birth to demons. Lovely. Just what we always wanted, right? Demons made of stone. There's nothing to actually chip your blade in, are they? Now, it would be a horrible effect if those demons actually did break your blade. Could you imagine my blade actually snaps just like that? It would be horrible. Now, we're actually in the forest. Now, in the forest, there are tree people. Tree people aren't nice. They cannot be backstabbed, then everything you can do is just chop them down into nothing more than herbs. Mind you, this is the best place to get herbs, since these tree people actually have a chance of dropping herbs. Now, I believe there's a possibility of me being ambushed right about here, but I don't think there is. I'm thinking about somewhere later. Maybe. But anyway, we want to chop this person off the edge. Sadly, we can't get his nice and lovely herbs, but we do get his soul. Why there's living tree people here? I don't know. It's kind of a strange thing indeed. I mean, who would have thought that a living tree person that's literally made of bushes? Now, right here is in fact a tree person. Now, as soon as I step past him, he will jump out of the ground and start whipping me. And it's not with his rhythm stick either. There we go, you see, there he is. Luckily, they're quite weak, and they're especially weak to fire. So if you have any type of fire, don't be afraid to burn them. Burn them like the fiends they are. Because all they want to do is just whip you because you disturbed them from their nap. All they want to do is sleep. But sadly, our footsteps are so echoously loud within the roots they feel, or the roots they have, and they feel my footsteps ever so slightly, that they just wake up and want to kill anything that's making those footsteps. Don't blame them, really, but you kind of have to. So right here is a door. Now this, as you can see, is a glowing magical door of wonder. It's locked by some contraption. Now, this cannot be opened by the other side. There's no switch. The quest of Artorias, you need to open up this door. So you buy it from the blacksmith, and then you open up the door. There is a way around, but I would never recommend going round. It's an awful thing to do, and it's something I would never do myself. But there is a secret wall right here. We have a bonfire. Let's race at the bonfire for now. Or even just light it. But I want the rest of them to get our souls back, because I want to go fight some creatures. Some creatures that I'm probably going to get my ass handed to me by. It's not anything that you think we've encountered before. Oh no, oh no. Because you'll think, oh look, there's just more tree people here. That will immediately get annoyed since I picked this up. Now these tree people, sure, they're annoying, and sure, they probably hurt a lot when they whip you one. I can just imagine the thorns and all, like, these spikes that lay dwelling on their, well, vines? I guess that's the right way to put it. Let's see if I can actually... You also don't want them to hug you. If you hug you, that's even more of a bad thing. They're very synchronized. I guess Mother Nature is very synchronized with each other. You never know what it might do. Oh god, I'm being hugged! I'm being hugged! Am I dead? I am not dead! Ha! I'm not dead! Run away! Quick! That's anything I can do! Tree people are scary. Quickly take a drink. Heal those wounds. There we go. Hello. You seem to be very dying. Now you are dying. But you are not dying at all. You're the one who gave me the hug. You deserve a special fate. And it won't be a massive hug of wonder neither. It will be a good old stab in your non-existent crotch. But we got some purple moss clump. But the thing, I wasn't talking about them. Oh, no. They're not the things I was going to give me my ass handed to me. Let's take the moss off that person. Fantastic. It's the thing past this barrier. This very barrier right here. Down here. Now, you might think, well, I don't see anything, Grim. What the hell are you on about? Oh, you see something, right. You see that thing right there with the legs? We don't want to go near that. What we do want to do is attack this tree. Now, you never thought you would attack this tree before, but I have. I discovered a very long time ago you can attack a tree. It's one of the, if you're ever scared of nature, or have some other agoraphobia of some kind, and you really want to get you really want to burn a tree, you know? But sadly we don't have any real firebombs left. But what you can do is just shift this tree mercilessly and cut it out of the way. There we go, the tree basically dissolves into nothing more than a bunch of souls. Now, back here are certain enemies that only belong back here. If I can try and find them for you, I will. There you go. It's that. It's a frog. What this frog looks like, and what it tastes like if you licked it, I don't know, but I like to call it a mushroom frog. They're very fun to play around, because look at their limbs just dangle. It's kind of like a stingray mixed with a frog. Well, they're mated with a frog anyway. Now, they have a special chance to drop a very rare herb that no other creature drops in this game. And there's another tree. But sadly, trees are not hostile, it just ever spins. Oh, it's moving towards me, mind you. But it's not hostile in the slightest. It just wants to give me a hug and just telling me in its tree speak about how I am. I am okay, but you won't be. It's very clever, like, how they designed this. I mean, I would never have guessed if I never actually was trying to accidentally hit a tree and wondered why the tree was started bleeding all over me. If that didn't happen, I would have never have guessed. Now, I believe there are evil things that lurk down here. I believe there are. I can't be too sure, though. It's in this cave, I believe. But, there is. Now, that thing right there is one of the things that's going to give me my arse handed to me. It is a stone giant surrounded by these, well, frog things. Stone giants have massive swords, and they're still shiny and covered in moss. They are scary. We do not want to anger them too much. Luckily, he's stuck, and I can just kill these frogs without a problem. Just 2 good old hits, and the frog dies. Just like that. Oh, no, he's moving. He's learned how to get past the rocks. Oh, that hurt. Okay. Back off. Back off. Back up. Okay. That is why we fear the forest giants, anyway. They're ever so deadly, with a giant, well, blunt swords of some sort of destructive purpose. And since it wasn't too far downwards, I think I might just cut the video. Just because I have to do a bunch of fighting and get all the way back down there. So I'll see you back where that giant was.